Huh. Well, hello. I'm Nick, and welcome back to RaMcHiP's Tech Cave. Or technically, welcome for the first time because this channel didn't even exist a few minutes ago. I am really excited to finally launch this project. A few years ago, this room became a storage room after a move. There were boxes everywhere, random junk piled in corners. It wasn't really useful for much of anything. But over the past few weeks, I've been clearing it out because I have a pretty ambitious goal. I want to turn this space into a functional studio for the channel and a place where my wife can film her auditions. I want a space where I can create content, work on Homelab projects, build weird tech solutions, learn filmmaking, make mistakes, solve those mistakes, and bring all of you along for the journey. And that's really what this channel is about. This isn't going to be a polished corporate tech review channel. There are plenty of those. This channel is about building things, experimenting, learning new skills, fixing problems, and occasionally creating entirely new problems, then figuring out how to solve those problems too. But importantly, it's about finding the best bang for the buck solutions possible. Whether it's tech tools, DIY projects, home labs, studio gear, or something completely random that caught my attention like a dog glimpsing a squirrel in a fit of ADHD. The goal here isn't perfection. The goal is learning, improving, troubleshooting, sharing what works and what doesn't. My philosophy is pretty simple. If I can buy something used, refurbished, enterprise surplus, or repurpose something that I already own, that's usually the route I'm going to take. Honestly, about 90% of what I own falls into one of those categories. Because let's face it, most of us do not have unlimited budgets. And half the fun is figuring out how to build something awesome without spending a fortune. So before we start opening boxes and building things, I figured I'd show where we're starting. Because right now, this cave is just mostly potential. This is the current state of the room. The desk is in place, the main PC is built, and beyond that, we've got a lot of work to do. The lighting is rough, the acoustics are horrible, and the walls are empty. There just isn't much personality in here yet. If you've ever filmed in an empty room, you already know it sounds like you're recording inside a warehouse. But that's actually part of what makes this exciting. 6 months from now, hopefully we can look back at this footage and laugh at how rough everything looked when we started. This desktop is where the creator side of the cave is going to live. Cameras, lighting, audio gear, my editing workstation. The goal is to create a space that makes filming easier instead of harder. And down here, this is where the Homelab side starts. Servers, storage, virtual machines, networking, and whatever other ridiculous projects I decide to take on. There will almost certainly be questionable enterprise hardware purchases, probably more than one. Now, let's talk about the giant pile of boxes behind me, because this is where things get interesting. Over the last few weeks, I've been collecting gear for this project. Some of it's for filming, some of it's for the room, some of it's for future projects, and some of it was purchased because I convinced myself it was a brilliant idea at 2 o'clock in the morning after my wife trusted me with the credit card. I haven't opened most of it yet, which means we're going to experience all these upgrades together. Some of the stuff is going to be great, some of the stuff is going to be disappointing. And statistically speaking, at least one of them is going to give me a full-blown migraine. But that's part of the fun, because the goal isn't to just build a YouTube studio. The goal is to build a creator cave, a place I can film, create, experiment, learn, and build interesting things. A place with personality, a workshop, a lab, a command center. Somewhere that feels uniquely mine. and hopefully do it all without spending ridiculous amounts of money. That's going to be one of the biggest themes of this channel, getting the most value possible out of every dollar. Because I genuinely believe you don't need unlimited money to build something awesome. You need patience, creativity, and occasional willingness to buy hardware from some shady seller on eBay. So that's where we're starting. A mostly empty room, a giant pile of unopened gear, a lot of ideas, and definitely more confidence than common sense. But every project has to start somewhere. And this is ours. If you're into tech, home labs, filmmaking, creator setups, DIY solutions, or just watching someone figure things out in real time, you're in the right place because we're building this cave from the ground up. And in the next episode, we start opening boxes. I'll see you in the cave.